Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan, guys. Welcome. Can you guys hear me? Is the sound working? Yes, no? Is it causing any problems? So what I've done is I've tried to attach the Instagram onto here, but I don't know if it's working or not. Okay, so let's just see. It's gonna work. Okay, yeah, can you hear? Don't know how well it's gonna work. All right. Unfortunately, Twitter is not going to be working because remember I told you yesterday they've changed the rules about Twitter, so you got to pay for Twitter if you want to live stream on Twitter. You got to pay for it. Otherwise, 1 second. Let me just put this light on. So that one. Which one is it? Right. Okay. So, welcome, guys, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, enjoying yourselves. Today is a very humid day. Today I did my 10,000 steps today after many days. I actually had to go for a Hifz Khatam. So one of my students, his son graduated as a Hafiz, alhamdulillah. So I went there, alhamdulillah. All right, so let's see. So you guys on Instagram, can you guys see me? Instagram guys, are you able to see as well? Let's see what Instagram people are saying. Adam wa alaikum salam. Husna wa alaikum salam. Adam, do we need to recite Bismillah before every Fatiha in Salat? No, you don't. It's recommended. Bridge to eternity wa alaikum salam. Trust you're well. Alhamdulillah. I just got a little bit of a cough. Are you Deobandi Muslim and is Deobandi Al-Sunnah? So if you can explain to me what Deobandi is, then I can tell you what that is. So if you can describe to me what Deobandi is, what they believe in, then I can tell you if I'm part of them or not. Wa alaikum assalam, my brother Abu Bakr. No vlogs for I know. I apologize, guys. Inshallah, I'm gonna try to make a vlog in a few days. I've actually got the whole thing. I just need to edit it. That's all. That's the only issue. Is the editing part of it. Can a musafir lead muqim in Asr Salah? A musafir? Yes. A musafir can lead a muqim in Asr Salah. No problem. Any plans for the summer holidays? I'm gonna have a little break now. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, there is a ulama camp for ulama and students of knowledge. Inshallah, I've put it on my Telegram. So inshallah, it's gonna be for brothers only. It's a 3-day thing, 3 or 4 days. Mufti Ibn Adam is going to be there. Mawlana Yasir Hanafi is going to be there. I'm going to be there myself, and others are going to be there, inshallah, as well. So if you're interested, you can sign up for it. I think tomorrow is the last day for the early bird. Right. So what I'll do is let me try to find the link for this. So Telegram. I can't find it. 1 second. Give me a second, guys. Let's see if I can find it. That cough is not going. Where is it? I had it somewhere here. 1 second. Oh yeah, this one is. So here you go, guys. Tafsir Usmani, have you read this? Yes. What's your view? Very nice. Very short, sweet. Husna Khan, what is the best dua to pray to Allah for recovery from deadly disease, keeping tawakkul? The best dua to pray, I would say, is La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Inshallah. From my experience. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Muhammad Abdullah, is it true? Is it true that I'jaz al-Quran lies in its Balagha? This is one of the opinions. So Abu Bakr al-Baqilani has mentioned about 13 opinions. One of them is this. When the Indian according to the Muslims follows or adherents of the Prophet ﷺ, according to what I understand, I think a lot of Muslims in India would fall under that. So that's not really kind of specific. I'm asking as I feel comfortable in Deobandi sect as long as... so I don't... Deobandi is not a sect. That's the thing. It's not a sect. If making up late rakats after Salah finished, when you read the last rakat with Imam, do you just read tashahhud or durood? Just tashahhud. So you're with the Imam, aren't you? Is that what you're talking about? So you just read tashahhud, and then when obviously the Imam finishes, you get up and you make up the rest of your rakats. Can you post camera? Yeah. I'll do that inshallah. Wa alaykum as-salam. Hamza, ahlan wa sahlan. If someone knows that he will die within upcoming years, what shall he do for Allah's forgiveness? So he should do whatever he can. Anyone that he's harmed, he's hurt, he should apologize. He should ask forgiveness from them. He should try to make up all the things that he's supposed to have done in his life, praying, making his salats, etc. We're going to Wales. MashaAllah. Well, ahlan wa sahlan, Snowdonia. I've been there many times. Very nice Snowdonia is. Yeah, just what I would say is wear good shoes, and make sure if it's raining, make sure you got some good a jacket or something. So good shoes, and just do a bit of walking beforehand. Tayyib, alaykum as-salam, ahlan wa sahlan. Please, can you explain to me in the Quran where it says that their food and women are lawful? That's the people of the book. It's in Surah Ma'idah. وَطَعَامُ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابِ حِلٌّ لَكُمْ. That's the verse. وَطَعَامُ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابِ. I don't exactly remember what verse is. Anyone knows what verse is? Please put it up. طَعَامُ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابِ. Verse 176. 176? Sorry, verse 5. Verse 5, Surah Ma'idah. 176. Verse 5, Surah Ma'idah. Hamim, alaykum as-salam. What tafsir would you recommend me to read? So what can you read at the moment? That's the question. What do you feel comfortable in reading? Signed up for the camping yet? Inshallah, my brother. Gonna have a camping time. Please make brother dua for brother Adham Asimi's page got hacked. It's not there anymore. Subhanallah. Ya Allah. Allah make it easy. Hopefully you should have backup his videos. Allah make it easy. Subhanallah. Very dire situation in Bangladesh. Yeah, I've heard. Allah protect the students and protect the honor of the righteous people. What's best dua for good health for oneself and children? رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. But doesn't all scholars agree with regards to the ijaz of the Quran? It lies in the literary aspect. No, there's a difference of opinion. Brother Sheikh, please you explain what Deobandi is. I don't know myself what Deobandi is, honestly. When people ask me, I'm Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, but I don't know what Deobandi, in that sense, what role Deobandi plays. That's why I'm asking you this honestly. I'm not asking you to make fun of you in a sarcastic way. I was wondering why Sheikh Adham's channel suddenly disappeared. Yeah, so has very, very good videos. Subhanallah. Sometimes when I get stuck in Qatar Nada, I watch some of his videos sometimes, just to see how he explains it. SubhanAllah, I benefit a lot, mashallah. I hope and pray to everyone, guys, make dua, special dua that his channel, he's able to get his channel back. Yeah, SubhanAllah. One day maybe my channel will get hacked. Who knows? That's why I think it's very important to have like videos up to backup. Yeah, I try to get all my videos backed up. I've got like videos on external drives, but I don't know if I'll get all of them. Hopefully 90% of them. Can you explain, please, Taz? I'm not talking about sarfa theory. Yeah, so the issue is no one really knows exactly where the i'jaz stands. That's what I'm saying. The way Abu Bakr al-Baqillani, 400 scholar, he was one of the leading experts of the Arabic language in the Quran. Even he says there's 13 different opinions about what it refers to. Yeah, his inclination is towards the language, but others go towards saying that it's to do with the miraculous nature of the way Allah talks about history, the way that Allah uses specific words, the way that Allah talks about like just general issues in the universe. So there's not a unanimous agreement on this. And Mullah Anwar Shah Kashmiri in his Mushkilat al-Quran, he says that actually the ijaz is that there's always going to be new ijazes coming. Every era is going to find a new aspect of ijaz of the Quran. Like, for example, now some people have actually found ijaz of the sounds of the Quran, the sounds that the verses make. There's an ijaz in that. Someone found phonetics. Follow the teachings of Ashraf Thani Nanatwi or Deobandi Muslims. Not necessarily. No, that's not true. That's not true. I think you're confused. I think a lot of people who claim that they're Deobandi, they're confused at what Deobandi actually means. Deobandi is simply just, Deobandi is a name of a place in India. They set up a madrasa there when the British colonized India to preserve the sciences. And that madrasa institute, wherever it's set up and replicated that same curriculum, was called a Deobandi madrasa. That's all it is. They don't have any different aqidah to anyone else. Yeah, they differ with, like, for example, Ahlul Sunnah wal Ahlul Hadith, or maybe the Brelvi in that sense, or others. But it doesn't mean that this is considered to be, anyone who claims that they are Deobandi claim to have some special, exclusive beliefs that are special in any way. I've read through different tafsir. Generally, I'm fine with reading through them, understanding, of course, using dictionary. The main one in the past month, tafsir kathir, very good. Yeah, carry on. What I would say is read a tafsir you're comfortable with. Once you've read a good portion of that, then move on to another tafsir that you find a little bit tough. So maybe after tafsir ibn Kathir, you might want to move on to Baghawi. Yeah, tafsir Baghawi might be good. Your channel will never get hacked, inshallah. If you get hacked, that's when you know you've made it big time. That's it, bro. IDF trying to hack Roots of Knowledge. I thought the neon light said pork. Oh, actually, you know what? It looks like that, isn't it? See what happens? I keep trying to change it. Yeah, someone on Instagram just said it looks like the sign says pork. Is it haram to give advice you don't necessarily practice yourself, secular self-improvement? No, of course not. As long as you have some sort of intention that you want to implement it in your life at some point. Tafsir Usmani is best short tafsir for brother who asked. If one finishes salah, then the congregation behind him informs him he missed the rak'ah or he missed the tashahhud. What does he have to do? Can Hanafi start all over again? If saying Allahumma ghfirli is not valid to commence salah because it mixes one's own needs, why is dua allowed in tashahhud? No, so because the initiation of salat has to be purely for Allah. That's what he's saying. Because it's ta'zeem, isn't it? So, وَذَكَرَ اسْمَ رَبِّهِ. Right, so you have to like purely mention Allah, nothing else mixed with it. That initiating statement. Otherwise, in the other aspects of salat, it's fine to make du'as. You explained it clearly now. What is your advice for me as a layman to be correct Aqidah way? What I would suggest is stay with those scholars who you're comfortable with. The scholars who you're comfortable with, stay with them, inshallah. What would be the appropriate to understand tahaddi, challenge of the Quran, then Ustad? So this itself is a very big question. What you've asked there. This is what the big question that the scholars have. How do you describe, like Ibn Hazm says that language is not a i'jaz of the Quran. He's got a whole long discussion on it. And he says that language is not the balagha of the Quran. It's not in the language. So he doesn't accept that. So, and the Mu'tazila, obviously, they say it's sarfa, and other scholars have different views on this. Sheikh Anwar Shah Kashmiri, he has a whole 2 or 3 pages in his Mushkat, in his, not him, Yatimatul Bayan by Mona Yusuf Banuri, has got like a 2 or 3 page discussion about Anwar Shah Kashmiri's position on this. Yeah, so this is, look, the point is this: in today's times, can we prove to a non-Muslim that the Quran is ijaz? Can you do that? This is where it becomes problematic. Because if someone argues that yes, you can prove it, how are you going to prove it to a non-Muslim who doesn't know Arabic? How are you going to prove to him that this Quran is ijaz, as in it incapacitates the other person from replicating it? So this whole issue of incapacity, Sheikh Ibn Taymiyyah has actually got a book called Al-Nabuwat. And that's what I'm saying to you, it's a very big discussion. It's not like something you can answer in 2 minutes. If it could be answered in 2 minutes, scholars would have just written 2 pages on the topic. But the problem is that ijaz in itself is a whole big discussion. What does ijaz actually mean? How does ijaz function in the time of the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, in today's time? So it's a big discussion. The point is that when it was revealed at the time of the Prophet, they were unable to replicate the Quran. Khalas, they were unable to replicate it. Now we don't have to worry about the future ummah, because if they can't do it, then the people that came later on, A40 or I, would not be able to would not be able to do it. Does any saying Alhamdulillah fulfill the wajib of dua in witr? Not according to Hanafis, no. Is seeking worldly fame haram? Depends your intention behind it. If you want worldly fame because you want, for example, I don't know, Islam to be dominant in the world and people to see Islam, right, then that's a good intention. I accept your words, but really say I must be with them as they're correct, but I'm comfortable with your teachings. Alhamdulillah. Amjad, wa alaikum assalam, my brother Amjad, ahlan wa sahlan, welcome, my brother, welcome. I'll keep looking at that sign now. It's in my head now. Yeah, so yeah, today, mashallah, one of my students, his son became Hafiz. Alhamdulillah, went there. I had food as well afterwards, mashallah, Gujarati food. Gujarati food is one of the best food. Gujaratis, small rotis. Have you ever eaten the Gujarati small rotis? Oh, by the way, someone sent me a gift, mashallah. Guess what it is? Check this out. Yeah, it's a perfume. Italia. So I've just gotta put my hand there to show you it. It's from a company called Atiyah. They're based in London. MashaAllah, excellent. And look at the small one. This is so nice and cute. That small one there. Look at that. Never ever seen this small bottle. Look at that. Tiny. So comparing these two together. Look at that. So this is Velvet Orchid. So Okay, let's check it out. See what it smells like. It smells light and very nice. It's a nice soft smell. It's like one of those kind of like posh Maulana smells. And this one is opulent oud. So opulent oud. Let's check this out. Oh, this is nice. I like this. Opulent oud. So mashallah, you guys know what to send me. So jazakallah khair for the person who sent that. And check out Atiya Perfumes. I think they're based in London. MashaAllah, Jazakallah khair. Amjadillahi for your kind donations. May Allah bless you, my brother. May Allah keep you happy and bless you. Make special dua for my brother Amjad. Special duas that Allah puts barakah in his wealth, his health, his time, saves him from problems. What is the correct pronunciation of wow in Arabic? My local imams, va. No, so wa. You put your lips together, make a little circle. You put your finger between your lips and make a circle. Wa. Not va. Not va. Va. Wa. Thanks for all the answers, Ustad, but then you could formulate an argument saying that if the poets at the time could not replicate its eloquence and no one could, therefore it's... Yeah, because you could argue that. You could argue that. Reminder, curious cats. Yes, curious cats. Okay. Let's check out Curious Cat, guys. So now I don't need to live stream Instagram from my phone. I can do it from the computer, alhamdulillah. Remember once I tried it before, but the sound got really messed up. Yeah, but this time, alhamdulillah, sounds to be very, very good. Okay, let's check out Curious Cat. Yeah, subhanallah. How many hurs will we have in Jannah? Allah knows best. I don't know. I have no idea. People are into finding out the exact number of hurs they need in Jannah. Does one still make istikhara if they are set upon making a decision? I heard from a mufti that if you have already decided in your mind to make X decision, then there is no point. No, you can do istikhara. Yes, you should still do istikhara. The istikhara is basically you make the dua and go for it. You don't wait for a feeling. Do shaheed go straight to heaven after death? No. Their souls are put into green birds of Jannah according to narrations. Right. Okay. Why? Okay, hold up. My mom gave me the excess money, but she only gave it because she wants it to go to the poor as sadaqah. Should I contact the company? Yes, contact the company. Yes, contact them. Why is having or showing good speech or text important to start? I'm sure speech is very powerful. To communicate well. I'm not sure I've understood this person's question, but they've asked it again, so. Okay, alaikum assalam. I would like to know the meaning of my dreams. Allah knows best. Salam, ahla wa sahla. Would there be any problem in cleaning and keeping a stuffed animal? No problem. Does swallowing light yellow saliva break the fast? Nope. Is it alright to shake a non-mahram's hand just for a job interview, like a man who shakes a woman's interviewer's hand at the start? Technically, no. But if there is no way around it and you really need the job, then maybe as a last resort. Otherwise, not allowed. So you have to know this is not allowed. Okay. Anytime. Okay. Alaikum salam. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I don't want to say. Although I'm. Okay. I get loads of emails, so unfortunately I don't really know. But yes, inshallah, no problem. Look, guys, if you guys ask me any questions, I do not get offended at all. And even if you say something about me, I don't get offended, honestly. To offend me, it takes a lot to offend me. Yeah. Because I know people obviously have different understandings of how they've understood Islam or things, and maybe something I say they don't sit well with people. Everyone going through their own problems. Everyone's going through their own difficulties in life. Yeah. Sometimes in life you have to open up to someone. Right? You have to speak to someone. Whoever you feel comfortable with. Right? But never ever feel as though if you're searching for the truth, if you're looking for the truth, that the other person gets offended by what you say. Yeah, and inshallah, I am not offended at all. Whoever you are, I can't remember exactly what question you asked, but I get loads of questions, emails, people ask me things. So, alhamdulillah, I have not been offended in the past few weeks. Yeah, maybe in the past few months, I haven't been offended. So, yes, inshallah. May Allah forgive all of us. Remember, sometimes, look, if you are going through problems in life, if you have questions that are related to something which you find very difficult to ask people, like, for example, the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, one of the famous ladies of the time of the Prophet ﷺ was Salama. Yeah, she was a very intelligent wife of the Prophet ﷺ. And she mentions about a lady, Sulaim, coming to the Prophet ﷺ. And Sulaim asked a very, very sensitive question, female, to do with female genitalia and things, to the Prophet ﷺ. And the Prophet ﷺ answered it. And then Sulaim kind of said, how can you ask such a private question? And the Prophet ﷺ said, what's wrong with it? It's a natural question you're going to ask. Yeah, these kind of questions. So if people feel shy of asking certain types of questions, it's totally understandable. But don't feel as though you have to apologize to anyone because you asked that question. Okay. MashaAllah, Amjad Ilahi again. May Allah bless you, my brother. my payments weren't going through last 2 weeks. Okay. Subhanallah. Qadr of Allah. I think maybe my channel didn't like your payments for the last 2 weeks. What brand watch you wearing? So this watch is called Amazfit. Amazfit. I think the argument that the Arabs at the time couldn't do it, so no African was strong argument until AI. Even AI. So look, what you have to understand is you can't give AI like a what do you call it? You can't give AI abilities that it doesn't have. Yeah, AI is simply just replicating trends. That's all it's doing. It's taking information and replicating trends. Right? That's still, that's still what it does. It can't replicate consciousness. It can't replicate. It just replicates behavior. It might fool you into thinking it's someone else, but that's all it can do. Remember that. That's all it can do. It's not a living being. It's not something like that. So people who say that AI can create a Quran that can deceive people. Of course, even someone who's very talented, genius, can write up something, come out with their own religion, and people have done that. Baha'is have done that. You know, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani has done that. But don't give AI. I would say don't give AI more than what it can do. Some may argue you could feed all the classical Arabic model and tell it produce a Quran. Yeah, but see, it can't produce the Quran. Quran is not just text. Quran tells you facts. It tells you details that could not have been explained any other way. Like in the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, in the story of Musa alayhi salam, Yusuf alayhi salam, Nuh alayhi salam. It tells you about how things actually happen in the universe. Yeah. So how plants grow, how rain comes, how all of this. So that's what I'm saying. Don't give AI, don't be scared of AI. Don't kind of scare people into thinking that AI is so powerful. AI is going to, challenge Islam and people. Of course, there's going to be lots of people, just like atheism. When atheism first came, on the scene, a lot of people got unfortunately affected by it, and they began to question Islam, and that's naturally what was going to happen. But I disagree with this whole kind of thing that AI can really replicate to what a human can do. Yeah, it can work faster than a human. It can produce things which are, like thousands of humans can produce, but it's not miraculous. Ijaz means miraculous, something which is something that cannot be replicated. SC1 wa alaikum assalam. You have recommended the Medina book, Arabic books before. I found there's a series of books called Medina Arabic Reader and another set called Arabic Courses. Both of the same author. I haven't seen them. I wouldn't be able to say. The Medina Arabic books I'm talking about are these ones. So I've got these ones. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think the knowledge we put to AI today would be more than the poets. Wa alaikum assalam, Aisha. Alhamdulillah, very well. Thank you very much. Hope you're well. If you wash the impure clothes with pure clothes, do all the clothes become impure? No. As long as, it depends how you wash them, isn't it? As long as the water is going out, then it's fine. And more water is coming in. Do a Sufa do Sab'a Qira'a course? Yes, they do that in the full time. Assalamu alaikum Saqib, ahlan wa sahlan, mashallah. Welcome. Abu Bakr, since you may not stream for a few weeks, do you think you will be able to check Curious Cat every now and then? If you are free, I'll try to check. Because thing is, so what it is basically is, I like answering your questions, but sometimes I sort of decide, you know what, I'm just going to totally cut myself off from my work and focus purely on something else just to get my mind off it. So unless it's like a serious question, like a really serious question that you have, because I know some of you guys just have curious questions, curiosity. That's why I call it Curious Cat. If you have a serious question, what I would suggest is email it to me. If you have a really serious question, an honest, serious question, and then I'll try to have a look. And I'll try to look at Curious Cat now and again as well. If you have a bank account with money, but for some reason you can access it only years later, do I have to pay zakat on that money? Yes. Backdating. So you backdate all the years, and then you work out whatever you were supposed to owe in that year, each year. You're welcome, Aisha. Can you name some of the world-leading scholars today? Is ijtihad possible nowadays? And it depends what you mean by ijtihad. See, the thing is, I think people who are not familiar with fiqh and haven't studied usul fiqh at a very deep level, they don't know what ijtihad is. It's like, for example, let's say, someone talks about an expert consultant in the brain or the liver, right? And someone says, what is the difference between a consultant this consultant and between someone who's just a normal doctor? They probably wouldn't be able to say. It's because we don't have that knowledge to gauge. So when people ask me, are there any mujtahid today? I kind of ask them, what do you know about a mujtahid? Like, what's your definition of a mujtahid? So if you can tell me your definition of mujtahid, then I can tell you. But of course, experts, yes, there's many experts today. Mufti Taqi Usmani, there's it depends on what areas. There's like thousands of experts in different fields though. In fiqh, in usul fiqh, in hadith, in usul hadith, in manuscripts, in seerah, in compilation of seerah, in language, in balagha, in various levels of balagha. There's lots and lots. I have a colleague at work and always fearmonger him with AI horror stories. Is the Sabah Qira course with the Alim course? Yes. All students have to do it. I'm pretty sure both Medina sets are the same content, just split up differently. One is 3 books and one is in 7. Maybe. So if I wash it in a washing machine, it becomes pure, yes. Will there be a break in the live streams in the coming weeks? Yes. So this is going to be the last live stream, and then I'm going to have a few weeks break, inshallah. Then I'll be back. Maryam alaykum assalam, ahlan wa sahlan. Tayyib, if someone, for example, decides to read Surah min Hayat al-Sahaba during the 6 weeks, what would you recommend him to do writing-wise? So I would say, Surah min Hayat al-Sahaba is a good book to read, but it's not a good book to write from because the language is quite rarely used. What I would suggest, instead of reading Surah min Hayat al-Sahaba, try to read something like books by Ali Tantawi, Mustafa Rafi'i, Manfluti, these guys. Try to read their books. That's the language you want to be able to write. That's the writing, like the modern literature writing that you want. Are you going on the camp with Adam? Yes, inshallah. Inshallah. Those of you guys who are going on the camp, I will see you there, inshallah. Bima wa alaikum assalam. Alhamdulillah, brother. Good to see you. May Allah bless you for helping us with your knowledge. Ameen, ameen. Jazakallah khair. Please make sincere dua. I find Tafsir Usmani easier and more understand. You were just saying half an hour ago that it's a really easy tafsir to read, good tafsir to read. But don't you think, Ustad, still that the eloquence in the Quran is the highest and the Arabic? Of course, without a doubt. The thing is, look, the average person who finishes an alim course cannot see the eloquence of the Quran. This is my experience. They cannot see it unless they have studied years. I've actually done a whole video on a guy called Taha Hussein. And for that, I was doing reading and I came across Mahmoud Ahmed Shakir. He's an Arab, spent 10 pure years just researching the Arabic poetry because he wanted to respond to Taha Hussein's. Because Taha Hussein basically says that the Arabic poetry that we all have is all made up. It's all fables. Yeah. The Quran is true, but the Arabic was all fables and made up. So that's what I'm saying this from experience, I am. Right. So sometimes you hear people say the Quran is so amazing, the Arabic is so subhanallah, and I say to them, okay, if I say them one question and say, just give me 3 examples in the Quran that the language is really amazing, that no other Arabs have used that. They can't do it. Yeah, you can't do it. Because they haven't read enough Arabic. The Arabic that's reached us is only a small portion. 5% if we're generous. Yeah, 5% I would say, if we're generous, that has reached us in the form of poetry and literature. Lots of it has got lost in history. Assalamu alaikum Ishaq. Does one doing iftar course truly make him a mufti? So again, my brother, it depends what you mean by mufti. So what I would say is any iftar course you do does not make you a mufti like Mufti Taqi Usmani, because the true mufti, it requires lots and lots of reading of fiqh, honestly. No one can truly be given the label of mufti if they haven't done 30, 40 years of experience with teaching fiqh. My teacher, Mullah Abdul Halim Chisti, used to say, if someone has not taught Hidayah cover to cover for over 20 years, don't bother calling him Mufti. Yeah, so it's a very high status Mufti is. But Mufti only comes with lots of experience in fiqh. Doing a 1-year course or a 2-year course or a 3-year course does not make you Mufti at all. Salam alaikum assalam, my brother. Ahlan wa sahlan. Ahlan wa sahlan. Do you have enough throat today for Tawassul? Oh, yes. I will answer your Tawassul question, my brother. Okay, so Tawassul. So look, Tawassul, what does Tawassul mean? So Tawassul basically means you're using a means to get to somewhere. So for example, let's say, for instance, you want to get to London from Birmingham, right? So you get into a train. So the train, you're doing Tawassul with the train. You're using the train to get you to London faster. So therefore, Tawassul basically means you're using a means to get your dua answered quickly or better. So can we do this? Of course. The Prophet ﷺ told us about doing actions, and after certain actions, when you make a dua, your duas will be accepted, right? So it's called Tawassul bil a'mal. Everyone agrees upon this. In fact, even asking other people to make dua for you. So you're going to someone and say, please make dua for me. That's also part of Tawassul as well. In Bukhari, it also comes that Umar radiallahu anhu, there was a drought, and he said, "Oh Allah, we used to do Tawassul to you through the uncle of the Prophet sallallahu through the Prophet sallallahu. Now we do it through the uncle of the Prophet Abbas." Yeah. So Tawassul with the presence. So for example, let's say someone very pious is in your gathering, and you make dua, Ya Allah, my grandfather is with me in this gathering. Ya Allah, he's a very good and honest person. Ya Allah, please through his presence accept our duas. That's also proven as well. The one which is a different one is this. If you say, "Oh Allah, someone who has passed away," you say, "Oh Allah, the person who has passed away, through the love I had for them, please accept my dua." Yeah, so people do to the Prophet ﷺ. "Oh Allah, through the love I have for the Prophet ﷺ, please accept my dua." That's where some of the scholars had a difference. Generally, scholars accept it. A few scholars differed on this. That's what it is. Khalas. I have not read all of it, only small bits. Salah, he is not well. Have Jazakallah khair, Ridge. So, what's the best way to see Rasulullah in dreams, inshallah? I don't really know. What I would say is send salutation to the Prophet as much as you can. Send salat ala Rasul as much as you can. Right? So, blessings, the Prophet make dua for him. How many years would you say it takes to get to a level where you can truly appreciate the Quran? So what I would say is, so rather than answering that question, I'll answer another question, Uslub al-Hakim, yeah? Which is, what do I need to do to be able to reach that level? So what you need to do is, first of all, you need to, number one, you need to know the meaning of every single word in the Quran. When I say meaning, as in where it originates from. Each linguistic meaning of every word. What does Alhamdu mean? Rabb mean? Alameen mean? Rahman mean? Malik mean? Deen mean? Etc. You need to know all this, number one. Number two, you need to know the grammatical tarkeeb of every ayah. Yeah? Tarkeeb. Number three, and the sarf can also come under that one. Number three, you need to know the balagha of every verse. Right? So all the balagha points relate to every verse. You need to know all of that. Number four is you need to know the differences in the Quran. Like in one place, why does Allah use this? And in another place, why does Allah use this? The differences between the two. Number five, you need to know how the Quran expresses things, or how the Quran does not express things. So, for example, why does Allah only use the word al-bab in jama form and never lub in the single form? You need to find those in the Quran. Yeah. What else? What else could there be? Okay, repetition in the Quran, mutashabihat. Yeah, these are some of the things that come to my mind right now. If you focus on these, if you try to understand, and then the hadith as well, the hadith that relate to the Quran, the Sahaba's explanation of verses of the Quran, poetry that's related to the Quran, all those, about 7-8 things, then I would say you probably have, if you spend 10, 15, 20, 30 years on that, you probably will be very proficient. Remember, every year you're going to be increasing in your understanding. It's a big thing. Otherwise, if you just do an Alimiya course, you are simply just focusing on like the translation, really. So in your head, you're translating it from Arabic into your own language, and then you're focusing on that. Do you have a defined syllabus for your iftar course? Yes. Yeah, so it's a 4-year. Basically, the iftar course is a 4-year course. It runs every single Wednesday for 2 hours, and every year we do 3 things. Well, one is we go through questions and answers. So I give them questions, and they have to have a week to answer them, and then I decide how to give feedback. Second is we have Radd al-Muhtar. We go to sections of Radd al-Muhtar, line by line. And the third part is we have a book every single year that we cover. So sometimes it's Qudras al-Mufti, sometimes Mufti Taqi Usmani's Usul Iftah, sometimes it might be Sheikh Salah al-Hajj's book, sometimes maybe Hujjatullah Balagha or Ashbah al-Nadhair. Yeah. And then besides that, we have assignments in the year. They have about 3 assignments in the year. And what else? Yeah. We're planning on starting a full-time iftar program, not this September, but next September, inshallah. We're just going through all the planning for it at the moment. Ustad, is Ustad considered a high status? Ustad is simply just someone who's a teacher. It's like saying teacher. Yeah. Professor. Arabs actually, when they use the word Ustad, they mean professor at university. Wouldn't that also be the reason why Western Orientalists and scholars in Arabic maybe isn't able to see the hierarchies of the Quran? Yeah, I would say that as well. Definitely. Can you recommend some books regarding women education system, how women were taught, methods? I don't know, I don't know if anyone's written anything on that. I think Dr. Akram Nadawi's got a 53-volume book on Muhaddithat. It's an encyclopedia of ladies who were famous for hadith in Islamic history. He's actually got a 1-volume book you can buy called Muhaddithat as well, 1-volume book in English. That might help. What is Maqamat al-Hariri? My friend told me. I've done a few maqamat on my uruq.com. So if anyone wants that course, you can purchase that course. So it's Maqamat al-Hariri is basically, it's like dramas. You know what dramas are? Stories, short stories. And there's 50 of them. And they're all different subjects, topics. And in each one, you have like these main characters. So you have this kind of like charlatan who goes around collecting money from people, fooling them. And you have this guy who is a naive person, but then he spots him. And at the end of the story, he always spots the charlatan. Yeah. So it's always Harith ibn Hammam, who's the innocent guy, simpleton, and then Abu Zayd al-Saruji, who's like the cheeky charlatan. It's nice stories. So I've done about 3 of them on my uruq.com. I think it's 3. I've come across a few sites that state that there are 500 common words. If you learn them and know them by heart, you would understand the Quran much better. They on what, etc. So it would definitely help you, of course. It'd help you to get more familiar with Arabic words in the Quran, definitely. Salah, Jazakallah khair. So we're okay asking dua from the dead is not part of Sunnah. So this is called istighatha. This is something else. Istighatha is different from Tawassul. So istighatha is basically, so the issue is this: can you ask the dead people to make dua for you? So let's say your great granddad passed away. Can you ask your great grandfather to make dua for you to Allah? Or can you ask the Prophet ﷺ to make dua for you? So this is where the issue becomes problematic, because we don't have any example of this in the Quran or Hadith, authentic, that the Prophet ﷺ Sahaba ever asked the Prophet ﷺ after he passed away to make dua for them. There are some verses and some hadith that could mean this, it could mean that, but it's not something which is explicit. So that's why the scholars are different on this. I say stay away from this. This is my position. Ibrahim alaykum assalam, ahlan wa sahlan, ahlan wa sahlan. I agree that reading Arabic poetry is amazing and helps looking at the language of the Quran in another way, definitely. Sheikh, I'm trying to get a summer job, but I'm struggling. Could you recommend any good ways to increase my chances? It depends what you want to look for. So try to keep your expectations low, basically. Don't try to go for amazing jobs. Maybe you want to look for something like delivery, if you can do deliveries. Maybe you can just ask someone if there's any jobs in the working in the shop, stocking. Aldi usually has lots of jobs, working at Aldi, things like that. Online, there might be some jobs online as well that people might need some help doing something online. But I would say my first job was a waiter, right? It was quite a hard job. But the thing is, it's just when you're starting off, you don't think to yourself that it has to be like a top job with lots of pay. Ustad, is it possible to email you and give more detailed questions? The thing is, will I get time to respond to the questions? That's what it is. You can email me, but sometimes if the answer requires like a whole discussion, I probably won't answer unless there's like a specific question you have. Ustad, I like Surah Al-Fatiha because there's a reference to us seeking help from Allah, and that's a great message. Subhanallah, beautiful. Feels frustrating still not being able to understand the Quran. Join the boat. Surah Zumar verse 53 is a good example of Balagha. Ustad, I dropped a message earlier on WhatsApp. Let me know if you need any info. Okay, I'll check inshallah. Ibn Qayyim said about Mufti, he has to understand the reality and the obligation. Subhanallah. How's your evening going? Very good. Thank you, my brother. Should I recite any du'as to help? So what I would suggest is رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. It's a very good dua the Prophet ﷺ used to recite. Someone told me to recite Surah Waqi'ah at night. Surah Waqi'ah is very good as well. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud used to teach it to his family and said, whoever reads this, they will not be affected by extreme poverty. Ya Allah. Right, so how are you guys on Instagram? You guys are good? Are you guys enjoying these all right, let's see. Curious if there's anything else you guys have asked. Okay, no, that's it. Ya Allah. You're welcome, Brother Ibrahim. You're welcome. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day there. Yeah, Jazakumullah khair, guys, for tuning in, and may Allah bless all of you people, wonderful people, and Allah keep all of you guys happy. So, inshallah, I'll be taking a break, and I will, inshallah, hopefully, see you guys in a few weeks' time. Hopefully, I won't die by then. If I do, you gotta make special dua for me. Yeah, come to my grave to make dua. You don't have to come to our grave, but make dua for me. Hi, walaikum salam. I hope you are well. Just to confirm, when traveling, are you considered traveler if traveling for less than 15 days, and does it include the day of departure? So you are a traveler until you come back to your city, or you stay in a location more than 15 days. Otherwise, you're a traveler. Nice mic. Pull it up with your top for better audio. Yeah, the problem is this top keeps coming down, my brother. Yeah. So is the audio? Do you guys have a problem hearing? Should be fine. Ameen. Will there be Friday? No, there won't be Friday. There won't be Friday. No Friday, no Saturday, no daily videos. Just know me, inshallah. So I know you guys are gonna miss me, but don't cry, guys. All right, guys, take care, inshallah, everybody. I will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.